Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Daybreak Plus right here on KVUE Plus, streaming for absolutely no money at all on your television.
We have ads now.
Well, I mean, they don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm after.
It's free.
Yes, it's free for you guys. I'm Yvonne Nava. I'm crying, sorry, about something else. I'm Yvonne Nava, along with meteorologist Casey Sherman and Hannah. But these are happy tears, right?
That's right, happy tears.
Everyone's accounted for.
Yes, we're all here.
Ryan tried to run off down an alleyway somewhere, and we had to go get him.
God needs to take a break every now and then.
Where's Brian? Where's Brian? Poor Brian.
Mueller.
They keep me chained to this daggum chair. Sometimes you got to break away, right, Casey?
That's how we feel sometimes.
Yeah,
That's real.
I mean, we were finally breaking away, though, from what has been no triple digits for June or July so far. Today, I think finally should be breaking the streak that has been now 71 days and counting. Last time, Camp Mabry, that's where we have our temperature recordings done. That was back in May 14th that we hit the triple digits. Temperatures out the door right now, middle 70s. The season will start this late July day. Middle 70s up through areas like Burnett, Johnson City, 76 for Georgetown and San Marcos. Middle 70s up through parts of the coastal plains right now. We're all dry at the moment too. Heading into it's going to be a dry day of weather, lots of sunshine as high pressure continues to build westward, bringing us what's going to be another hot, dry, sunny day, and I think will be even warmer than what we had yesterday by likely a couple degrees. That's why I do have us breaking into triple digits. You'll look outside the window, you'll notice, well, we do have some puffy clouds passing by. We don't have the kind of cloud coverage that we had this time yesterday, so we'll be warming up faster in that way. We're also going to see some slightly drier air. Our dew points are actually going to be a little bit lower than what we had yesterday. It's easier to heat up the drier air as opposed to the humid air, which again, I think is why today will eventually be warmer than yesterday. I do have us just at 100 degrees for the Austin metro area. We'll just be making our way there, I think, by this afternoon. We warm up quickly, 90s by the noon hour, sunshine through 4 or 5 o'clock. 4 or 5 o'clock, of course, the hottest time out of the day, where we'll also be looking at that heat index of up to 104 degrees. Our sunset today at 8:30 p.m. We'll be looking at this triple-digit heat pretty fleeting. It's going to be short-lived. Storm chances make a comeback for tomorrow. That'll bring our temperatures down, where I am tracking a little bit of an update to our weekend rain chances. I'll be breaking that down coming up in a bit, but we got to get to what is currently a pretty pleasant morning commute, at least weather-wise, Hannah.
Oh, yeah. Hasn't cranked up the heat just yet, but this is that time of year where everyone's AC is just hanging on for dear life. It starts making weird sounds, and maybe I'm just talking about my own car. It is 7:04, and we're taking a live look right now. It's just been a really extra slow morning coming in from South Austin, as it always is. But right now, the good news is we don't have any active crashes there, and we do have movement. It's just been kind of ebbing and flowing throughout the morning. A little bit of car trouble outside of DKR Stadium. Good morning to you. We are counting down to football season. So excited. Best time of year. I-35 southbound, that is at MLK Jr. Boulevard, and it's only blocking one lane, so we can certainly work with that. Taking a look across the area, though, I have been hearing it's pretty busy inside the Austin airport today. As far as getting there, you're in good shape. But if you are coming in from Cedar Creek on El Camino Real, heading towards 183, this has been slow all morning, this little stretch right here. Aside from that, once again, get to the airport early. Shouldn't have an issue on the roads, though, coming in from Antopolis or South Austin or wherever which way you are heading out the door this morning.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much for that. We're now getting a better timeline of what the Texas Department of Emergency Management knew and when they knew it during the July 4th flooding tragedy here in Texas. Chief Nim Kidd said the department started moving resources as early as July the 2nd.
And the first flash flood watch for the area was issued at 7:37 p.m. on July 3rd. Here's a closer look at the alerts the following day on the 4th. At 1:06 in the morning, the National Weather Service in San Antonio reported very heavy rain, 2 to 3 inches per hour. At 1:14 a.m., a flash flood warning issued from Ingram and Hunt. More alerts popped up as flash flood warnings expanded throughout the morning.
Then at 4 a.m. on July the 4th, the National Weather Service reported the Guadalupe River at Hunt was expected to crest. At 4:23, they declared the situation a flash flood emergency. More than an hour later, Chief Nim Kidd said this happened.
And at 5:56, I personally get the first report of people trapped on roofs. We know what happened after that.
Of Of course, every day we receive text messages, calls, social media messages, and other alerts right on our phones.
And these constant alerts can at times become really just too much to handle, leading to missed or ignored critical notifications. I feel like sometimes it's white noise for a lot of people.
It really is.
And it shouldn't be. KVUE's Michael Courier joins us live to explain the importance of receiving alerts that really could possibly save your life. They're so important.
That is certainly correct, Brian and Yvonne. Good morning. The amount of alerts that we receive on the daily can lead to what many are calling alert fatigue. This can lead some people to turn off notifications and put their lives at risk during emergencies. The Director of Homeland Security for CAPCOG says that the state of Texas has the highest rate of phone alerts being silenced compared to other states. He says it's possibly due to the high number of alerts the state receives, including those not relevant to the person's specific location or situation. He explains why turning off alerts isn't worth the risk.
You know, everybody has to take responsibility for themselves and their families. And turning off your emergency notifications on your cell phone is not going to help you have more information. It will give you less information. And regrettably, there will be more times that you're going to receive notifications that are either superfluous or not targeted to you.
Recommends that the public signs up for Warn Central Texas, which is an emergency notification system that uses the Capital Area Council of Governments to send out alerts to residents in Central Texas about emergencies like severe weather or disasters. Now, making sure you have emergency alerts toggled on your phone is easy. Just go to your settings, find the notifications section or the safety and emergency section, toggle the alerts on, and you're all set. In studio, Michael Courier, KVUE News.
All right, thank you so much. I might go to your desk later so you can make sure that I'm doing it.
I wasn't even aware that was something that you could do on your
Yeah.
phone. Go in settings and turn off those major crucial alerts.
It's so important.
Yep, I'm guilty. I did it. I turned them off.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
my husband turns it off because it
Yeah.
kept waking me up for work, but now I need to
did.
turn them back on.
It's good. It's good advice for sure. Thanks, Michael.
A live look at the Texas Capitol. State lawmakers spent hours discussing the deadly 4th of July flooding and how to prevent a similar disaster from happening again. More than 130 people died in the flooding across the Hill Country and Central Texas.
That's right. And KVUE's Daniel Perot has more on lawmakers' discussions on that flooding response.
State lawmakers say these hearings are not about second-guessing decisions made by local officials or assigning blame for who's responsible for the tragedy. Instead, Senator Charles Perry says they want to get to the bottom of exactly what happened so they can see if there are any lessons to learn to help the state with future flood prevention and preparedness. Several times throughout his testimony, State Emergency Management Chief Nim Kidd said the phrase, "We can do better," and that was a theme throughout the hearing. Much of the focus has been on the interoperability and communication issues between counties and agencies. Senator Perry said that it will take a holistic approach to unite all levels of government to fix that issue. Some state lawmakers questioned the decision not to evacuate people prior to floods in Kerr County. Kidd says local officials are in the best position to make that decision, but it depends on the specific intensity and location of the rainfall and how the flood pattern develops.
What we have to have is adequate radar systems that understand the weather threats that we're dealing with, the ability to communicate that to our citizens and our local officials and our responders in real time with adequate warning time, if it even exists ahead of time. And then the resources to be able to back up and either evacuate those and shelter them, or those that we ask to shelter in place to be able to check on them and make sure that they're okay, and then find the way to get them out as soon as that threat passes or subsides.
Chief Kidd said there's no silver bullet to fix the issue. Kidd says he agrees there needs to be a better system for warnings, but said he isn't so sure exactly how to make that happen. He also called on state lawmakers to make sure all emergency managers have proper training, which is currently not a requirement in the state. He also talked about the need for a more centralized volunteer structure.
And that was Daniel Perot reporting. Lawmakers only heard from people they invited to come testify, and some Texans impacted by flooding came to the hearing along with the Kerrville city manager and Kerr County sheriff. They did not testify, but we expect to hear from them at a hearing in Kerrville next week.
Today, Austin City Council will discuss a proposal to create a new air traffic controller academy at Austin Community College. The goal would be to try to fix staffing shortages at Austin's airport in the air traffic control tower. Now, these shortages have caused FAA-mandated delays and several close calls over the last couple of years. If this is all approved, that academy would be the first program of its kind in the state of Texas. The initiative would join the FAA's Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative, building a local pipeline for air traffic controllers. Stephen West leads a similar program at the University of Oklahoma, and he says while it's a rigorous program, it can help fill those open positions.
That's another advantage that collegiate programs have. It provides a soft on-ramp and off-ramp for students who become interested or who are not interested. And I think that that's going to help the FAA attract more candidates.
West says the FAA sets clear goals the program must follow. After completing the 4-year program, qualified graduates begin on-the-job training at FAA air traffic control facilities without needing to attend that FAA academy. If the resolution is passed, it will kickstart the discussions between ACC, the FAA, and the city of Austin. That should be interesting. I think that would be very popular, a course and training program here at ACC.
Yeah, it's an option, right? We always talk about these near misses and we need more people, so we've got to do something about it.
It's a big, important job, that's for sure.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and here's what's coming up on Daybreak Plus in just a few minutes.
Right now, probably more focused on, people are more focused on an electric bill than maybe the gas bill, but Central Texans may soon see higher gas bill prices.
Why Texas Gas Service wants the hike, and how city leaders are pushing back, or may push back. Welcome back. Central Texans could see higher gas bills next month. Today, Austin City Council will consider a proposal to increase Texas gas service rates.
That increase could impact multiple people in multiple cities in Central Texas. Austin, Lockhart, Cedar Park, even Dripping Springs. KVUE's Allison Martinez joins us now here live in the studio. And Allison, this would not be the first rate increase we've seen this year, would it?
Yeah, that's right. This would actually be the third. And I know we don't want to see the rate increases. We don't want to think about it. But Texas Gas Services says the increase is necessary in order to offer more assistance programs and eliminate customer payment convenience fees like the ones you may see for using a credit card and ACH payments. Texas Gas wants to raise its total gas distribution rates by $41 million per year. Austin City Council is set to have conversations with the company in hopes of negotiating a lower rate or voting to pause the increase for 90 days.
The unfortunate reality is we also are very limited in our ability to stop it. And so while I am not pleased to see another rate increase, I'm also still trying to figure out what, if anything, we can do to address it.
Now, rates won't go up for everyone, though. According to a city memo, people who live in a larger home would see their bills decrease by about $3 a month, making the average bill about $74. But people in smaller homes would pay about $4 more, creating an average bill of $48 a month. Now, there is a little silver lining here. This same proposal from Texas Gas also includes the expansion of some assistance programs. Reporting in the studio, Allison Martinez, KVUE News.
All right, Allison, thank you.
Thanks, Alice.
Austin city leaders want to add 12 new workers to better manage homeless camps. Right now, the city's homeless strategies office gets about 700 requests a month, but only has 2 full-time staff to handle them. The director says that's not enough, so the proposed city budget includes $925,000 to fund new positions focused on street outreach and encampment response.
The encampment management team is focused on encampment closures. So they are going into high population encampments, high risk encampments, engaging with people in those encampments and letting them know that they have 72 hours before the city will come in and close that encampment.
The teams would also help move a camp into shelter at one time, and Gray says their intention is to hire these positions fast, as quickly as possible. Council is expected to adopt an approved budget for the next fiscal year by August 15th.
Williamson County leaders are searching for a new location for an expanded jail and justice center in the county. 2 years ago, county commissioners there began thinking about moving the jail and justice center out of downtown Georgetown. One of the areas under consideration is off Highway 195. But when that was brought up in last week's commissioners' meeting, not everyone was on board. County Judge Stephen Snell said because of location concerns and the major price tag, he wants to evaluate all options.
But then when it comes to the jail, we have several jurisdictions that are going to be bringing people to that jail. We need to make sure that it's accessible, that there's many roads to get there.
Judge Snell says this expansion could cost up to $600 million, making it the largest project ever for the county.
Well, Tesla reported a double-digit drop in earnings for the second quarter following a record sales drop. The electric car company's adjusted net income was $1.4 billion. That's a drop of $419 million from 1 year ago. Sales of its best-selling Model Y and Model 3 fell 12% compared to a year ago. And while sales of its more expensive cars, including the Cybertruck, plunged 52%. Now, these drops have been attributed to backlash from CEO Elon Musk's political activities and increased competition for electric vehicles. It seems like so many companies are doing their version of electric, and some of them are pretty cool.
They do. They look cool.
They do,
a lot
right?
of them do, for sure. Central Texans stepping up to restore waterways around the area. In just a few hours, in fact, volunteers will be at Dottie Jordan Park for a community cleanup of Little Walnut Creek. According to organizers there, because of recent flooding, there's more litter in and around the water there. Organizers recommend wearing closed-toe shoes, long pants, and make sure and bring a water bottle filled with nice cold water because it's going to be hot. Cleanup begins at 10 a.m.
The Red River Cultural District is turning up the heat this week with the return of hot summer nights. More than a dozen venues in the Red River Cultural District will host free live music, and the 3-day event will be hosted by 18 venues in Austin with over 150 bands. Man, let the music play.
Let it play.
It starts tonight and goes through Saturday.
Who sang that? Let the
Music play. Yeah.
Was that ABBA? Was that ABBA?
No, I'm gonna. Let me look it up. It was old school.
All right, how about some sports for you? It was a big night at Q2 Stadium in North Austin last night. Austin FC hosting the annual MLS All-Star Game between the top players in the MLS, at least most of them, and the best of Liga MX. They put on quite a show at the stadium last night, both before and during the match. Fireworks before and fireworks after. This is, for some reason, that's right, we can't show you the video. I forgot about that. Anyway.
Just imagine it.
Imagine Sam Surridge scoring a goal. Imagine, if you will, Brad Stuver, the goaltender for Austin, blocking every shot for 33 minutes. Austin FC is the host and the MLS is the victor, 3-1. They won the match. Austin FC's Guilherme Biro had to be added to the roster because, Miami's Jordan Alba and Lionel Messi did not show up for the game. They were both All-Stars but didn't play. Many fans disappointed not to see Messi in Austin. Eric Goodman with the Austin Chronicle was really upset. He tweeted this, quote, "Lionel Messi bailing on tonight's MLS All-Star game is more than just a soft, annoying decision. It's a short-sighted, reputation-threatening, full-on diva move that shoves the middle finger into the face of MLS and its fans." He was not, Avon, happy.
I don't think so. By the way,
Messi
Shannon sang "Let the Music Play."
Let the music play.
Yes, 1983.
We can get away.
Let it go. Remember when she goes like that? No. I don't know. Anyways, okay, we got to wrap it up.
See you. Bye.
Good Thursday morning, Central Texas. Your time now is 7:23. I hope y'all are doing all right today. We've had kind of a slow morning coming in from South Austin, so another day for us there. No active crashes for that stretch, but we do have a couple things popping up across the map. It's also been really busy inside the Austin airport today, but shouldn't have an issue getting there. All clear through Mintopolis, and then you get on Bastrop Highway, and we are cooking with gas there. Getting inside, though, that's another story. We do have an incident, though, in North Austin on Wells Branch Parkway, causing some minor slowdowns kind of on both sides of the road there. Doesn't seem to be impacting travel on I-35 right now. Heading out towards Barton Creek Square if you're going for a shopping day. A little bit of a slowdown heading off Bee Cave Road this morning near Zilker Park. All right, KC, what do you have?
All right, 71 days. That's how long it's been since we've hit the triple digits at Camp Mabry. And I think today finally should be breaking that streak out the door. We're currently sitting in those middle 70s. One of the reasons why it'll be a little bit warmer today, our humidity slightly lower by this afternoon. We will be looking at plenty of sunshine today. We've had just a couple clouds to start, and then a sunny sky will take us into this afternoon and also take us into the triple digits for the first time since May. A high of 100 degrees for the Austin area, heat index of up to 104 degrees for today. Our sunset at 8:30 p.m. As we look ahead towards your 7-day forecast, we will be looking at the additional return of some showers and storms as we head into your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Some tropical moisture making a comeback that should also make those temperatures cool down a little bit as well. So we're cooler for the weekend. It won't be a washout for the weekend, but we will have to monitor some showers, some storms, especially during the afternoon hours of Friday, Saturday, and also Sunday. And then next week, we dry things out again, where we will be looking at yet another warming trend to take us back into the upper 90s. We could be making another run towards the triple digits by the middle of next week.
Good Thursday morning, Central Texas. Thank you so very much for joining us again right here on KVUE Daybreak Plus. Your time now is 7:27. I'm Hannah Rucker. We are streaming free on your TV.
And I'm meteorologist Casey Sherman.
How are you?
Good, good. It's Thursday. We're getting closer to the weekend, so I feel like that's always a good thing. Your energy kind of picks back up beginning Thursday.
The end of the work week is in sight, and we're kind of matching today, aren't we, in our blues?
Yeah, we're kind of channeling cool vibes, but the weather is not. Those triple digits make a comeback, hopefully today. We've been talking about this through kind of the day. We have a little bit of friendly competition on the weather team. Hunter thinks 99 degrees. I think 100 degrees. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe
I'm rooting for her.
Forecaster win.
There you go. And Uber is launching a new women preferences feature in the U.S.
It will allow women riders to see a woman driver's option when they request a ride on demand or in advance.
So riders can also set a preference option. Women drivers will have the option to request trips with women riders, including during peak earning hours. The company says testing in overseas markets generated overwhelmingly positive feedback. The pilot feature is starting in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Detroit in the next few weeks. So this is an interesting conversation because here in Austin, you know, we've had a lot of recent stories about changes in these rideshare options, autonomous vehicles coming into play. And, you know, I hate to sit here and say, oh, these companies don't do a good job with the vetting and stuff, but there are stories every now and then with safety issues. And, you know, I do think that there's women out there that sometimes have gotten into some uncomfortable moments.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, yeah, there are stories. It's come out, you know, especially in kind of since Uber has started, we've had kind of these sporadic stories. I feel like it's not a ton, but you do get some. And, you know, why would it not be beneficial to introduce something that might make people feel more comfortable? And on top of that, you know, we do have all these autonomous vehicles coming out, which I feel like the benefit of that is it's kind of more that personalized experience, right? Where you get to pick what kind of AC you want, the music you want. So I feel like this kind of gives Uber an opportunity for them to kind of personalize it a little bit more for maybe women that want a woman driver.
Oh, I love what you said there, kind of just giving people that option. And yeah, I think that, you know, it's just that competition is building. And exactly, I think they want to put the choice back into the rider's hand, and it's going to be interesting. I still haven't gotten a Waymo yet, but so Waymo just expanded the options, I guess, across the area too. So I still need to do that.
Yeah.
But you've taken a couple.
I have. Wait, so you have yet to take a single Waymo at all?
No.
Oh my gosh, you know, it is cool. It's a cool experience. The first time you get in and the wheel starts just turning and it is wild.
I know.
It's cool to see.
It is. I do feel bad for the rideshare drivers, though, because there are a lot of good folks out there, and, you know,
it's kind of that, you know, like double-edged sword. You know, it's cool to have Waymo as an option because it does bring the prices down also for consumers, but then you have the other side of that, of course, the people that do rely on Uber for a living and are making a living that way, and of course, that only hurts those people. So, yeah, there's kind of two sides.
It's a changing landscape for sure. It is 7:30 on the dot here, and it is time for Forever Families. If you are new around here, this is something I'm so passionate about. I love these kids so very much. And you know what? There really is no greater bond than a sibling bond. And for a child in Texas foster care, having that familiar face, it really just makes all the difference. It really does. And so this morning, I am so very thrilled to introduce to you really the largest sibling group I've ever interviewed. I've interviewed groups of 5 before, but this is a group of 6, and they are all looking for a forever family to be adopted together.
Okay, we're going through an order. We're going this way. We're going this way. My turn first. We're going this way.
6 spunky siblings all navigating Texas foster care together.
Please, Danica, please, Danica, please.
I had the pleasure of meeting up with this wonderful group at Emerald Tavern Games and Cafe in North Austin for some board games and laughs.
These ones over here with the eyeballs in them.
Ranging from 14 years old to 6 years old, the oldest sibling is Estrella, who goes by Ray. Then Ezekiel, Elijah, Jezreel, Denanza, and Deannica.
I wish the best for them. Even if we all get split up, I wish the best and hope they find a family that actually involves them in everything and tells them that they're strong.
Ezekiel says he thinks it'll be easier for them to focus on school with a supportive and comforting home life.
And your family can love you, tuck you in so you can go to sleep and stuff. Take care of you, provide you food, provide you a shelter, and like let us watch TV and stuff.
As a whole, the siblings are all creative, take pride in their fashion and their clothes. They love competitive games, and they all like to stay active to keep their minds busy. You love your sissy.
Yeah.
I also love my sister.
You love your sissy. It's beautiful to see the way they take care of one another, all while trying to find a forever family. They're so much fun, and a big thank you to the Emerald Tavern for hosting us. They each got to pick out a little trinket, and you've got to go check it out in North Shoal Creek. It is so cool inside of there. And to learn more about adopting this wonderful sibling group, you can look for the story on KVUE.com/foreverfamilies. And with that, let's go ahead and see what KC Sherman is cooking up in the Texas oven. It's preheating. The buns are ready.
Here we go. Yeah, we've avoided a lot of the big time summer heat so far this summer. It has certainly been cooler than average. If you felt that way, it's not just you. We're actually running cooler than average for the month of July. We've had more below average days and only one single above average day. That was back on Tuesday, though I think today we'll be tacking on another and should be tacking on our first day of triple digits since May here across the Austin metro area. Temperatures right now at the door, pretty seasonable to start. We are in the middle 70s. As you look outside, one of the things you'll notice is not as much cloud cover as what we woke up to yesterday. I think that's one of the reasons why our temperatures are going to be likely a couple degrees warmer compared to what we had yesterday afternoon. Heat's just been generally building, though, across much of the country, including now eastern parts of Texas up through the Mississippi River Valley, that we will start to feel as this area of high pressure continues to build farther west for today. So we've had some clouds to start. Full-on sunshine, though, returns as we get into the mid-morning, early afternoon hours, and that will eventually take us up into those upper 90s and near about 100 degrees for today. I do have us just breaking into the triple digits for Austin. I think we'll get there today. Heat index could be as hot as 104 degrees. We'll still be feeling some humidity with those winds coming at us out of the south and east by this afternoon. Our sunrise, by the way, this morning was at 6:44 a.m. High pressure continues to build westward, and as it does so, again, we're heating up today. A quick return to the triple digits just briefly today, but we do have a cooler weather pattern already returning for the weekend. I'll show you why coming up.
Ooh, it's gonna be hot today. Thank you so much, KC. I feel like July is finally showing up. It has just been really the strangest month I can remember. It's been one of those weird times. It is 7:34 right now. As you can see, we're still not moving very fast on I-35. It's just been one of those mornings on top of this I-35 Capitol Express south portion of the project and ongoing closures there and a little bit of car trouble here and there. We also still have that crash out at Wells Branch Parkway, not impacting travel on I-35. Looking good on 290 if you're coming and going Dripping Springs. We like to call it the gateway to the hill country if you are heading out in that neck of the woods. Also, I've been hearing from folks once again inside the Austin airport that there's been some big lines out there today. So I think everyone maybe saw the temperatures today and said, I'm getting out of here. But as far as the roads, you are looking really good if you are heading on Montopolis on 183 to Bastrop Highway. Here's that Wells Branch Parkway crash, and then it looks like we also are having a little bit of stop and go just south of that crash, heading towards that Palmer area, which has just been really tough for that I-35 north portion of the project there. So kind of another day busy here in the capital city. But we are now going to be heading over here, KC. I got my lasso. I'm lassoing KC over to the chairs.
We're trying. We're
Don't you feel like
the weather center is a little far from what we call the nook?
I know. I was telling Brian earlier, sometimes in this job you almost feel like livestock. It's like, you got to get, they haul us from one room to the next.
Like a sheep, one of those sheep dogs, kind of steering us in the right direction.
Can we bring Kringle, your dog?
Kringle would not be good at that.
Why?
He's not skilled like that.
He doesn't have the logistics to be a sheepdog?
No.
Well, speaking of, a miniature horse playing the keyboard might sound like a dream, but for one young hospital patient, it was a very real and heartwarming surprise.
The viral video has millions smiling. ABC's Danny News shows us how it is part of a bigger mission.
Maybe you've seen this video of a miniature horse performing on the keyboards for a young hospital patient as she wakes up from anesthesia. After what looks like some initial confusion, you can see a smile come across her face. The video has now picked up more than 2 million likes in just a few days on Instagram.
Now, some people were commenting how scared they would be if they woke up from anesthesia.
I know, I saw that.
Playing the piano.
But
If they looked carefully, they could see the little girl smiling.
It's probably a surprising sight at first, but this moment was just another day at the office for California's Victoria Nodif-Nentinel,
Good job.
who runs a nonprofit called Mini Therapy Horses. As the name suggests, Victoria has trained 9 miniature horses to be therapy certified, so she can bring them in their gigantic bag of tricks to cheer up folks anywhere.
The tricks are really tools for the horses to connect with people, but it's fun.
After training horses for decades, Victoria first started this mission back in 2008 when she adopted the maestro you met earlier, Black Pearl. Initially, she began bringing her to a local veterans hospital.
My dad was a vet, and I just thought I'd really like to help veterans.
And now, almost 2 decades later, the horses meet with so many different groups and people in uniform who may need an adorable distraction. Especially Shriners Children's Southern California, where her horses are not only there to comfort kids when they wake up, but also to help escort these young patients to and from the surgery unit as well. Not to mention, they're game to just hang too, as long as they're allowed to investigate your stuffed animal.
Just right away, let's children and adults just forget what they're going through.
So if you want to support these horses who can all play music with their faces, like this, they're better at it. Their website is minitherapyhorses.com. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
That sounded kind of good. Little goober he is. Goober town.
Very, very good skills.
He's been doing a lot of music stories recently, but I can't decide if I woke up and I would be overwhelmed by it or if I would be like, oh.
Yeah, right. Like you're coming out of anesthesia, so you're kind of already loopy. So I feel like that would just be like a fever dream. You're like, what is going on? Like, am I just seeing things? It's a horse playing the piano, or is this real life? And yeah, I don't know how that would be
a lot to process.
Reaction, right? That would lead to. But I mean, very cool. I wonder how do you teach a horse how to?
I was just about to say
that. I don't know.
I don't know. How does it all begin? I don't know. She said she's got a vet in the family, and I will say I do think a lot of animals, they connect with music the same way we do. You see all those videos, and
the videos of the cows like bopping their heads to some music. So no, it's kind of cool.
They're just like us,
right? Animals just like us.
We're all just animals.
Right?
We are. We're really just monkeys, and we're all just kind of sitting around. And okay, we're gonna be right back. We've got a break, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. Oh wait, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Gosh, is it Friday yet? We have the giggles today, y'all. It has just been like a long week. You know when you just start giggling?
Mm-hmm. You're at the end of the week and your brain's just kind of like, the neurons aren't firing like they should be, you know?
Yes. Do you want to talk about beef and grilling?
Let's talk about some beef.
Okay. Well, Texans, we do love to grill and we do love our beef. But the thing is, prices are on the rise and it's not just demand driving the cost. Rhiannon Alley breaks down what's behind the jump.
It's peak grilling season, but this morning, the growing cost of rising beef prices. Ground beef up 10% compared to the same time last year. Steak up 12%. Some stores and restaurants are trying to hold firm on prices for now.
Our strategy is right now just absorbing the price and hoping that we see a reduction after the summer months are over.
Ken Silver runs a famous cheesesteak shop in Philadelphia.
We were closed for 21 months. We had sticker shock when we came back. The price of beef when we left was $4.68 for our choice top round beef. And when we came back, it was over $7 a pound.
What's to blame for the price hikes? Extreme weather is a major factor.
We had droughts in the Midwest. That spilled over into 2023. We're basically from New Mexico all the way across to the East Coast where you saw historic droughts.
Cattle herd sizes now shrinking to a record low as more farmers choose to sell their cattle for meat instead of breeding, due in part to high feed costs.
Right now, this is the highest prices it's been in history.
Overall, at the grocery store, food prices are up less than 3% this year. Eggs are coming back down, but the next sticker shock for consumers may come in the chocolate aisle. Cocoa prices have more than doubled in 2 years because of extreme weather and disease in Africa. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
One thing about it, though, in Texas, we're just going to keep getting the beef no matter what it costs.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
You know what? It is cheap here, though, like compared to, I mean, Florida.
Miami.
Yeah, like you would go to the store. If you wanted to buy some steaks, I would be paying about double the price as I would here at like HEB. So I go now and I'm like, wow. Load up the cart.
Load up the meat. Don't you just love HEB, though? I mean, be serious.
I do.
Publix
Yeah,
doesn't hold
No,
a
it does
candle.
not. It doesn't.
Come on.
Because it's expensive. I mean, they have the pub subs.
Yeah.
But HEB has the tortilla station.
Everything.
The buttered fresh tortillas right out of the oven. I mean, you can't beat that.
Just the culture of it all. Oh, yeah. Don't you just stand by the tortillas? You just feel warmth and you feel like everything's going to be okay.
And they always have samples. I feel like the art of samples has kind of been lost. But HEB still does it, which I love.
And the workers are also nice.
They are very nice.
I love my people there. Okay, grab a lime and some salt. Don't have to tell us, Tice. Today is National Tequila Day. Tequila is made from fermenting the juice from the blue agave plant. The plant has a core called piña because it looks a little like a pineapple. In order to call the resulting drink tequila, it must be made in a specific area of Mexico, and that is in the state of Jalisco, along with some production in a handful of other Mexican municipalities. It's so true. Nothing like that tequila from Mexico. And it just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, doesn't it?
It does. Margaritas on a Thursday. I mean, I feel like a Thursday or Friday is like the perfect days to have National Tequila Day. You get your little happy hour in, your little margarita in. What's your favorite kind of margarita?
Oh my gosh. I like the swirls. I like the spice. I like... Yeah, I think I kind of like the sangria swirl a little bit, actually.
Sangria swirl, I've had, those are dangerous. Those will get you.
They'll sneak up. You went to Donata, right? Those are
strong.
those
will sneak up. You have one of those, and it's just like, I'm like, how do they put this much tequila in this little
questionable?
Because you drink one, and it's like, whoa.
Even Gloria's down the way over at the Domain. They have really strong ones.
Gloria's, yeah, but I have heard those margaritas are very good too.
You got a long list. Well, you think it'll be a perfect day for Tequila Day?
Yeah, perfect day. Be out on the patio sipping a frozen margarita. That'll be the margarita of choice because it's going to be a hot one. Triple digits make a comeback today after we have gone without them for now 71 days. I think today should be the day we get there. We've got the cloud cover that has essentially moved out. That's what we kind of had that was holding us back a little bit yesterday. And what we're also going to have is some slightly drier air. Those two things combined, I think, likely leading to what will be a day featuring a little bit of a warm up compared to yesterday by a couple degrees. Now, it doesn't doesn't last for too long. We've got to come back with the moisture for tomorrow in the weekend. That is going to make for rain chances. A little bit of a comeback here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Won't last too long with that either, with another weather pattern flip into a drier and hotter pattern as we head into the last little bit of July for next week. Out the door right now, sunny sky, Cameron, Burnett, Georgetown, a few clouds out across the Austin area with those temperatures sitting in the middle 70s. We've got a couple things that we're watching here in our satellite and radar loop. We've got high pressure building across the Lone Star State. That's what's bringing us some nice and quiet conditions. In the meantime, showers out across parts of the North Gulf Coast. This is what we'll be watching. That will be our rain producer as we head into the upcoming weekend. And it does have a low chance of tropical development, which I'll get to in just a bit. Let's take a look at today's main weather feature, and that is high pressure building from east to west. This is going to continue to allow for that heat to build westward for today as well. Temperatures right now seasonable to start in the middle 70s. Lake Travis now 91% full. Beautiful look out there with that nice water. A few passing clouds, clear sky out across Round Rock. The low clouds that we had this morning, again, much more patchy, a little bit more sparse compared to what we had yesterday. And then we're back with full-blown sunshine as we head into the next couple of hours. Sunny sky, blue sky taking you through this afternoon, and then we're heading into a clear sky for tonight. Highs today, here we go, 100 degrees for Austin, upper 90s out across the hill country, middle 90s for the coastal plains, increasing sunshine once these clouds continue to lift out. Now things begin to change for tomorrow. We're going to start to see then a cooling trend heading into the weekend as we track this moisture tracking towards our area. National Hurricane Center, they just updated the tropical outlook on this about 30 minutes ago. It's still keeping it with about a 10% chance of development. So thankfully those chances of becoming a tropical system remain very low. It's still pretty disorganized. Those showers and storms kind of spread wide apart, but notice the direction they're taking. They're moving from east to west, and that's going to be what we're going to be tracking through today and then eventually arriving in central Texas for tomorrow. Notice it makes its way towards the Texas coast by Friday morning, and eventually we'll be tracking that moving to our area come Friday afternoon and evening. A couple of those showers and storms return with ongoing showers and storms into your Saturday too. So Friday, dry to start as we kick off tomorrow morning. Here we go through 5, 6 o'clock. If you're long and east of I-35, that's where we'll have a couple of these showers and storms, hit or miss. A lot of us, if you have Friday night plans, dinner time plans, you won't have too much to worry about. These will be passing on through the area, leaving us dry then for Saturday morning with additional showers and storms set to fire up for Saturday afternoon. And then likely we'll see a few of those lingering into Sunday too. As far as the rainfall goes, nothing too heavy. So we're not going to be having a huge flood concern with this. We're talking about maybe 1/10 of an inch to a couple 10ths of an inch here and there with those showers and storms developing across the region. 7-day forecast, few of them linger into Sunday. By Monday, we're back with a bit of a drying trend. That moisture lifts back out. High pressure begins to build back in. That's going to leave us drier and hotter for next week. I don't know, we could maybe be tacking on another triple-digit day just in time for the end of July by the middle of next week.
Oh, no, 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 because when they start showing up, we tend to, well, we just can't get rid of them, really. But you know what? It's 7:49, and that's life in Texas, nonetheless. I will tell you, though, looks like we've got a vehicle fire on Mopac right now, southbound of Windsor Lane. This is just south of Camp Mabry, and you can see we've got everything really slowing down there. It'll take you about 30 minutes right now to get from SH 45 down to the downtown area, and you can see we got a couple other things popping up here. So here's our vehicle fire. It is one lane block. But this is another example of doesn't take much to really slow things down, even just a minor hiccup there. So kind of seeing those delays starting at Camp Mabry. Slows down here, and then it alleviates after that. A little bit of car trouble, though, south of there at Barton Creek Square at the mall. Heading out to the airport, another reminder, you'll want to get there early. There's a lot of heavy lines inside today. Everyone's heading out the door, and a lot of folks came in for that MLS game last night as well. We do still have an active crash on Wells Branch Parkway, causing some minor slowdowns there, really on both sides of the road, but not impacting I-35 travel. As I showed you there's that stalled vehicle, and kind of seeing that northbound heading out towards Zilker Park on Mopac. So kind of really delays on both sides of Mopac. We had a crash in the Sandy Creek neighborhood, and they have enough going on there. They don't need a crash. So thank goodness that has cleared up. So looking a lot better. And on this Thursday morning, before we go, here are 3 things to know. In a few hours, Austin City Council will talk about a possible rate change that could increase Texas gas service rates. This would impact people who live in Austin, Cedar Park, Dripping Springs, and Lockhart. Austin City Council is set to have conversations with Texas Gas to try to negotiate a lower rate or vote to pause the increase for 90 days. And we are taking a live look out at the Austin airport, kind of a steamy look, if you will, but airport leaders, they are expecting it to be busy today. They estimate 35,000 departures. A reminder, give yourself plenty of time when arriving and be prepared for lines at TSA checkpoints and airline ticket counters. And the Red River Cultural District, I love this every year. They are turning up the heat this week with the return of hot summer nights. More than a dozen venues in the Red River Cultural District will host free live music. The 3-day event will be hosted by 18 venues in Austin with over 150 bands. It starts tonight and goes through Saturday. And what I love about it is it's all, for the most part, local music.
And free.
And free, exactly.
Yeah, two good things.
We got to get back to the music. Yeah, we love it, especially when it's free. And of course, thank you so very much for joining us here on KVUE Daybreak on this Thursday morning. We will see you again bright and early tomorrow starting at 4:30.